Media.
Blessed risings, good afternoon or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that QPP Podcast is a global show. And today on this episode of the Hakuna Matata Hour, we will be discussing Wendy Williams breaks silence on Diddy sex trafficking investigation years after she was criticized for speaking out against a disgraced rapper. See, that's what I'm saying. How am I disgraced because of an investigation? I'm already disgraced. So what happens if you're found guilty? Are you further than disgraced? I mean, what's more harsh than disgraced? Wow. Over in the title, you even say investigation. It's an investigation, so I'm not guilty, but yet I'm disgraced. How? Wow. You have one. So you only could be talking about the Cassie video, right? I'm disgraced on the Cassie video. That's disgraced. But if you say the N-word, you can come back. You can Paula Dean, you can country dude Waylon. You can come back. It's a nothing burger. Even Seinfeld Kramer guy. You Hulk Hogan. You can return from the N-bomb. That's nothing. You just had a bad day. You know, sometimes you have bad days, and then you go and you shoot up a spa in Atlanta. You just have a bad day. And here we go with this raccoon. Wow, you didn't learn, Wendy. You didn't learn, Wendy. Wendy has spoken out in the wake of Sean Diddy Combs' arrest, claiming it was about time the disgraced rapper was investigated. Wow, lady, are you not disgraced? Huh? Getting slapped on camera? You just cooked, then drank all the drink, huh? Got the popping all the pills. Your marriage, huh? You don't want to talk about that, do you? Your money, they took your money. They like, nah, you can't even spend your own money. You don't know what you're doing. You less than an adult. You're infantile. So how are we listening to you? How do you have a pulse? Heralded for decades as rap royalty, Combs is currently awaiting trial at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center in New York City on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Williams, 60, has always been openly critical of the disgraced music mogul. Ali, again, 54 throughout her career, was unsurprisingly relieved to learn that he is being investigated. I mean, see now how's he disgraced from the investigation? So that's what it is. If you're ever investigated for something, whether you're guilty or not, or even charged or not, then you are disgraced. Whatever it is, you're disgraced. You're a disgraced human being. You're done. Wow. What is really weird is that I have been told by so many people, Wendy, you called it, including some people from my family who have said the same. The popular TV host who said she was doing good in the wake of her aphasia diagnosis and health concerns. You mean you was getting smashed? Said she was horrified at the video of Combs abusing his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in the hotel lobby. Didn't you used to get the flu flops put on you? Is you calling your husband disgraced? Is you calling your son's father disgraced? You know how I feel about that. It is about time, she said, to see this video on TV of Cassie getting pummeled. It was just horrific. But now you have to think how many more times, how many people, how many more women. It's just so horrible. What was you doing while you was slapped and smashed? Huh? While you was on your binges? Huh? Did you slap your son around? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Did you slap your kid around while you was saucy? How many times? The Wendy Williams Show aired its final episode June 2022 after 13 years without Wendy Williams herself making an appearance. She previously withdrew from the show in 2021 and embarked on what was initially supposed to be a temporary leave of absence to cope with health issues. She was getting smashed. See, we ain't gonna air her dirt though. See, you could have been maybe respected a little bit, you Hakuna Matata, as you had came and told Joe dirt, right? It was health issues. Okay, what if we say cuz got mental illness then, huh? He got mental illness. You got to feel bad for him then. But you wouldn't though, right? Oh, okay. Wow. Some fans have since claimed that had Wendy Williams still been on air, she would have highlighted the fact she had warned of his alleged behavior for years. One fan wrote, "I truly miss Auntie Wendy Williams on days like today. No one did hot topics like she did. No one, I can almost hear her going off on Puffy Diddy and telling us she told us so. Because she's always known and she tried to tell us many times, I hope she's doing better." You mean on her drug addiction and her alcoholism? But we ain't going to talk about that though, right? Don't forget that Wendy Williams told us exactly who Sean Combs was back in 1998, 26 years ago. Read another comment. And you've been in everybody's business for 26 years, apparently. Over the weekend, an awkward interview with Diddy from 2017 appearance on the Wendy Williams Show resurfaced. The clip showed the controversial rapper talking to Williams about her son, Kevin Hunt Jr., who was 16 at the time. Did you slap around your son? When you was drunk, when you was high off them pills, did you ever slap around and beat your kid? Rumor has it, allegedly, there was times you was a little too hard on Kevy Kev. Gave him some extra floops with some extra flops. Allegedly, of course. But that's the word. While you was slapped, drunk, off them pills, them narcotics. Don't forget she smoked crack. So I heard she had admitted to going back to smoking a little bit of yap too. And when she was set tripping in them in 2020 and 2021, I heard them was crack binges. That's why they put a freeze on her money. Nah, you crackhead. We ain't gonna let you spend all this money right here. You ain't gonna be taking it out of our bank. Wells Fargo told her, no, you ain't gonna be taking this money out our bank. We need it. We need it more than you, little coon niglet. It continues. So her son was 16 at the time. Puff's on her show. He came on your show, but you were so anti-Puff. But you brought him on the show. You thought he was scraping, sexually assaulting women, and all of that. You knew, but yet you still had him on your show? Huh. What kind of hero are you? I interviewed the enemy. I interviewed the bad guy. I'm the hero, but I had to interview the bad guy, and she where his state of mind was at. She with items he was trying to sell. He was out there trying to sell his evilness, and I had to let him do it because I'm a real hero. What? It continues, and let me tell you something. As the mother of a now 16-year-old, Williams said before Diddy interrupted, I met backstage. He's a great young man. Williams swiftly thanked him for the compliment before appearing to space out and stutter her words as Diddy stared at her. Commenters quickly flocked to the old clip and noted how KG Williams was when Diddy mentioned her son, now 24. That was a threat. He's saying play nice, she wrote. Another said, the way the way that she hesitated, you know that she knew about him. Shut up. Shut up. No, what she was drunk. What is you talking about? And she started stuttering on her words. Did you think, okay, if he was such a predator, why'd you bring your son to the show that day knowing he was going to be there? In fact, why'd you even have him on the show in the first place? Huh? If he was such a predator, see, no one wants to bring that up. Don't that seem like common sense? You don't have the predator on your show. You don't give him a platform. You don't let him continue his reign of terror. Wasn't most of your crowd women? So if he's an abuser of women, you know about him. Why would you have someone like that in front of your audience then? Why would you force them down their throats? Huh? Especially if you knew, ain't he? Why would you do that, ain't he? It's not making no sense. You're so afraid of him. He tried to mess with your career. Right? That's what you said. He tried to blackball me, you coon. Right, you little coony. You like, he tried to blackball me. Okay, but you had him on your show in front of your mainly women. It's women. And then you're so fearful that he was messing with minors, and especially boys, that you brought your minor son to the show the day he was going to be there. You couldn't find nothing else for your son to do. You couldn't be like, hey, Dad, take the son with you today. I know you work the show too, but you take a day off instead of me taking a day off. Why don't y'all go to a baseball game? Why don't y'all go to the amusement park? Why don't y'all go up north somewhere? Why don't y'all take a trip real quick? Nothing? Oh, okay. Oh, but he had to be there the day that the known minor predator was there. Sounds crazy. Another said, the way that she hesitated, you know that she knew about him. The way she wanted to say, stay away from my son, another added. You guys are oblivious. Combs pleaded not guilty to all three charges and was denied bail as he awaits trial in his federal sex trafficking case. The music mogul has been accused of presiding over a sordid empire of sexual crimes, including female victims and male sex workers, into drugged up, sometimes days-long sexual performances dubbed freak-offs. The indictment against him also alleged that he coerced and abused women for years. Blah, 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 blah. He also claims Combs, his attorney, strongly believes that this is a racially motivated persecution and that he is being targeted because he is a successful black man. I told y'all, they always want to come back. They always want to come back to being black when they get in trouble. When their back's up against the wall, everybody wants to be black. Fam, I don't know. You're going to have to hold your own on these, fam. I'm just saying the only reason I'm doing these, one, is to tell people to shut their mouths. You don't have to be a Kuna Matata. You don't have to be a raccoon. You don't have to comment. And I got to combat all these old coons out there that he guilty. Here, you know he did it. It's been for years. Well, y'all ain't making sense. You know him for years, but you go to the party anyways. You know him for years, but you still had him on the show with your son there. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. But then everybody wants to come back black. This is your reward, sir. Kuna Matata reward. Dub S. They break their toys when they're done playing with them. And that's what we learned here today, boys and girls. But I ain't going to hold you. I'm just going to mold you, fold you, and scold you about being off code. I'm going to leave you with 4 words, as we always do around this time. Subscribe for the vibe, like for the spike, comment your vomit, and share if you care, if you dare to get Black empowerment everywhere. We're on all the platforms: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. Come and take a look. You might get hooked. You might get shook. going over there to the fake Keep It P podcast that's out there. We got imitators, duplicators, but you can never be the originators. Love, peace, blessings, and maloha. I gotta go how for show how. You already know how. Big brother like Bright Supremo Mike T signing off.
Von Savage Media. Von Savage Media.